And I'm back again with another video. Today I wanted to address a comment that someone said in my last status. At first it triggered me and it had me thinking, like, what is this person talking about, blah 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 blah. They had said that Frankie and I is the problem and there's a whole bunch of poly groups, so if we didn't find anybody yet, that it's our fault. And come to think about it, you know, it is our fault. We are to blame and we are the problem, okay? And I'm happy to be the problem because we are very picky and we are very serious about our mission and our goal with polygamy and what we're looking for. So some of the things that I wanted to put out there that makes us the problem are that the first major one that I think is that we want to move out. There's not a lot of females out there that want to give up the American lifestyle. So when we mention moving out the country, you know, it kind of pulls them back a little bit or scare them and not understand that, because people like to be comfortable. People like to be stagnant. People don't like to grow. People don't like to try new things. When it comes to packing up and moving out of the country, people have a lot of attachments, family, friends, etc. And that's understandable, you know. So we're not going to change it. We do want to move out the country. I want to live in a natural environment where it's hot all the time. I want to walk barefoot 24/7. I want to sleep on my grass sometimes. I want to grow fruits and vegetables in the back of my home. I want to be close to a river so I can take naps. That's just what sits right with my heart. That's really what I want to do. I don't see myself being 100% happy if I do stay in America. You know, it is what it is, and until we find someone who's open to it and willing, why not? Another thing is that we want a 100% vegan family, especially when we start having children. So most of you females, you guys eat meat, eat dairy products, etc., etc. And I'm not judging you, okay, because those things do taste good. But we also know, you know, knowledge on what to eat and what not to eat and how it affects our DNA and our body and the next generation that we create, etc. What you eat is what you become. A lot of females don't want to give up their oxtails and fried chicken and baked mac and cheese and etc., even though you can kind of fake those things through veganism. You know, people make fried chicken with cauliflower. We still make baked mac and cheese just with vegan plant-based cheese, etc., etc. So there's always, you know, another option, and I'm not here to force you to change. If you don't want to stop eating meat, that's on you, but we're not going to settle just because you're cute or just because, you know, we might like you. Another thing is we are not religious, okay? Frankie and I, we are not religious people. I like to consider myself spiritual. I like to search up stuff that our ancestors did and the way of life, etc. So I go by that. I am a part of God, that I'm connected to Source, and that we're all just having a human experience of that energy. Frankie wants a lot of children, and I want a lot of children too. I already have one child, and I want 6 more. And I think he wants the other wife to have 4 or more than that. So you have to be open to loving and wanting a lot of children, you know? We do not chase. Okay, so if we're hitting you up and it's always us initiating a conversation or always us checking up on you and stuff like that, eventually we both fall back because, I guess because he's a Gemini and I'm a Libra. We don't chase. That's just all I'm going to say about that. And I know that the woman for us is not going to make us chase her, and she's going to meet us halfway, and she's going to really want us just as much as we want her. So I kind of like have that mentality. So when I see certain signs, I just let it go, you know. Another thing about children, he don't necessarily want another woman with a child, because I have a child from another guy, and we had went through a couple of stuff and threats, etc. in the beginning of our relationship. So he just prefers, if you do have a child, that father is 100% not present, so he can play that role that he really needs to play 100% and not just half the time. You know, his moon sign is in Cancer, and Cancers are the nurturers. So naturally, he is going to be attached to your kid. He is going to be attached to being a father, being a husband, attached to family, etc. So he builds that bond with you and your child. We don't want, you know, even with me, because I'm a very attached person too. I like clingy people. So if you do have a kid by him, or you do have a kid, and then it's time to move out the country, we won't be able to, because, well, we'll be able to, but you won't. And then that will kind of like mess us up mentally and emotionally, because we had a plan, we had a goal, but you can't do it now because your kid is holding us back. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's just the reality of it, you know what I'm saying? So we just prefer a female who don't have a kid, don't have time to babysit you, or not babysit, baby you. You know, we do give people a chance when they're not into the things that we're into or want to live the same lifestyle. You know, we're open to educating and helping you grow, etc., etc. But if I'm giving you all this knowledge and you're not doing your own research or applying it, then I'm not going to be like, oh, she'll come around. No, after like a couple of months, it's just like, what's the point, you know? Why waste time with you when there is somebody out there that will fit perfectly with us? So we're not really necessarily in a rush to find her, even though I want to find her so bad. But it just is what it is. And that's probably why you guys have problems in your monogamous relationship, because you're always rushing and you're always settling. We're not looking into settling. Just want, you know, to find somebody that at least meets us there 50%, and the rest of the stuff that we need to teach you or go through with you in order to grow and be, you know, the perfect fit or whatever, we can work on that together. But if it's just hard to try to convince you that you should be eating healthy, convince you that you should move with us, convince you that you should have children or more children, etc., we don't want to deal with that. You're old, and we don't have time to just be doing stuff for fun. We have time to getting to know someone who wants to learn and grow, and then eventually become a part of us, become one with us. That's what we have time for, okay? So that's just a couple of things that makes us the problem, and it is what it is. We'll be the problem. But I know who's out there for us will eventually find us, or we'll eventually find her, and it is going to be beautiful because we took the time to get to know ourselves, get to know what we want, and we're sticking by what we want. And she's just going to make us happy because we're not settling, and it's not really going to be that much problems. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or comments, you know, just put them down there and I'll get to you. I try to answer everybody's comment. Don't forget to follow me on IG. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted every week. Yeah, I love myself.